Hello again, everybody! Zach Attack is here with the Atakline for Thursday, February the 7th, 2013. Alright, we're kicking it up with me, DJ Zach Attack News. I had 2 gigs last 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. They're both in Romeo. It's like a Romeo week for me this week because I'm DJing all week in Romeo. Most of the gigs, I have like 4 gigs this week, 4 or 5 gigs this week. They're all in Romeo, besides one. First gig on this week was this Tuesday, Romeo High School basketball game, doubleheader. First game for the girls I've done this season. First game for the boys in about a month. Girls game, very intense game, and I had near the end of the game, 49-15. And in the boys game, the crowd was good for the first half, but we were like destroying Dakota. We faced Dakota both games. The crowd was better for the first half because we were winning. And then, like, the second half was tough because we were already winning by 20. It wasn't that close of a game. Like, the girls' game was, like, intense. It was like 49-50 was the girls' score. Boys' score was, like, 70-40. So there it goes. A good day, good trick, great games. Part of Charity Week this week to raise funds for a Romeo student who has cancer. Her name is Shelby, I think. That's her name. I've been hearing that. And then yesterday, continuing the Romeo week, as I call it, DJ another gig in the Romeo area at Wet Sea. They're calling it this Graduation Expo. It's like a bridal show, but for grad parties and all these vendors there, tent people, food, catering, and then you had me, DJ Second Tag, promoting myself. Passed up some few cards. People enjoyed the show. I was mostly background music, which was a decent thing. You know, show people my show, about my TV with the videos and lights. Hopefully it makes people say, hey, you want a grad party, get the attack. If all else doesn't fail with the threat of a snowstorm tonight, if Mother Nature doesn't mess with me, I have 2 gigs tomorrow. Lunches at Romeo High School and a pep rally for Charity Week, if there is no snow day. Then Saturday probably won't be affected as much. I have a Saturday gig. The only gig that's not Romeo related, a 50th birthday party this Saturday night. Now, starting with the entertainment news, now with the Billboard #1s. Well, we've a new #1 album, and a still #1 single. 5th #1 for Mr. Bieber, Justin Bieber. His Believe acoustic album becomes his 5th album to debut at #1. My World 2.0. Never Say Never. Under the Mistletoe, Believe, and now Believe acoustic. 5 straight to go #1 on the Billboard charts. But we have a new #1 album. We have a still #1 single. 3rd week in a row. Yes. Thrift Shop. Macklemore remains at #1. Justin Timberlake probably continues his downage with Suit and Tie, although I got some news on him in just a little bit. Now, I'm going to step away from music for a moment and tell you the only movie news, significant movie news of the week, involving Star Wars. We all know about the upcoming, yes, Episode 7 coming soon in 2014. I think 2015 or 14. Yeah, 2015. We already know the director, that J.J. Abrams. But Episode 7 won't be the only Star Wars movie coming out from the new ownership of Lucasfilm by Disney. There's going to be spinoffs. Yes. There has been speculation. Michael Iger, the CEO, said that there's been speculation about some standalone films that have been in development. I can tell you today that, in fact, we are working on a few standalone films. They're saying the spin-offs will be involving Han Solo, and I think I forgot the other spin-off. I think there's like 2 characters I'm going to focus on, but I forgot the other character. I think we kind of could have a spinoff involving a young Han Solo. That's one of the spinoffs. So we kind of could have seen the evolution of Han Solo being young and all. And I'm a Star Wars guy. You know, I've seen Star Wars movies, and it should be unlike mixed about Episode 7. We'll see what it looks like. Hopefully Episode 7 comes before the Han Solo movie. So if we see the Episode 7 first, it'd be like, okay, that means the Han Solo movie ain't gonna suck. And the other movie involving another character besides Han Solo we made, Boba Fett. That's it. So There you go. Star Wars spin-offs. Besides Episode 7, involving significant characters, will be coming out. We don't know dates or directors yet, but at least we know they are in development. Now, I mentioned when I was talking about Billboard #1, there's news on JT. Well, of course, this Sunday, the Grammys, he's performing at the Grammys and doing a show after it. But he'll be involved in the Grammys in a different way. He'll be in an advertising commercial for Budweiser. Yes. Now, he's the creative director. Yes, Anheuser-Busch has announced that Justin Timberlake is the creative director for Bud Light Platinum. What does that mean? It's not entirely clear about what does creative director mean, but the company said in a statement that Timberlake would provide creative, musical, and cultural creation for the brand and will appear in a Bud Light commercial set to air this Sunday. Well, Justin Timberlake bought back MySpace, but now, now he's a creative director for Bud Light Platinum. That was also announced along with unveiling the album cover and the track listing for, of course, the 2020 experience. Of course, coming out on March the 26th, March 19th, actually. It's like a weird cover. It's like him wearing like an eyeglass thing, like one of those things you check your eyes with. It's like black and white, and he's wearing a suit and tie, hence the name of the single. And his last album, Future Sex Love Sounds, had 12 songs. This album, however, has only 10 songs. The track listing includes Push Your Love Girl, Suit and Tie, Don't Hold the Wall, Strawberry Bubblegum, Tunnel Vision, Spaceship Coupe, That Girl, Let the Groove Get In, Mills, and Blue Ocean Floor. That's the songs that will be on this 10-song track listing of 2020 Experience. Probably will be a regular edition. If there's a deluxe edition, probably more songs. But no word on if there is a deluxe edition. Of course, that's the deal. So JT, new creative director for Bud Light Platinum. New commercial to air on the Grammys when he's performing. Album listing and cover revealed for 2020 Experience. Now, I mentioned, of course, JT denied calling his ex-girlfriend Britney a bitch at a pre-Super Bowl concert. And I mentioned on Monday's Atakline not only about that, but also about rumors about Britney Spears and Vegas heating up. Well, Larry Rudolph has confirmed that yes, Britney is going to be in Vegas. The venue, however, is still to be determined. Larry Rudolph says that there's 2 venues that Britney's considering, but Britney is going to be in Vegas. Final venue will be determined, but at least we know now that the rumors are going to be true that Britney Spears is doing a Vegas stint, and final details shall be announced in the next couple weeks. So there you go with that. Now, news on the British group The Wanted. Now, The Wanted is doing what another UK group, The Saturdays, are doing to try to break into the American market. Put on a reality show on E! E already has a Saturdays show. The Saturdays girl group has her own show from the UK. Now, The Wanted, managed by Justin Bieber's manager Scooter Braun, is now going to have their own reality show. The Wanted Life is the name of the show, co-produced by Ryan Seacrest Productions, will follow the band as they move into a house in the Hollywood Hills and work on their anticipated first full-length album in America. The Wanted, of course known for their hit singles Glad You Came, Chasing the Sun, and I Found You, comprising of Max George, Seger, Candace Swan, Nathan Sykes, Tom Parker, and Jane McGinnis. Was formed in 2009, of course, Bieber's manager is now the person. And the guys released a statement about this new show. Max George did speak about this, saying we've always tried to show who we are. We haven't hid much. Of course, they're the alternative to One Direction, as they call themselves. Another member, Seger, said, I don't think there's anything off limits, to be honest. We'll let everything be exposed. So, of course, they've been delaying this album for a while. They've been, losing momentum after the huge hit Glad You Came. They haven't had anything momentum lately. So, hopefully this new reality show could spice up more promotion for the yet-to-be-unveiled debut U.S. album. So, there you go. Wanted, yet to be in U.S. soil, TV show, reality show for them. Now, got some touring news. One of Detroit's proudest, although he charges too much, Bob Seger. Now, I mentioned last month that Bob Seger announced his Rock and Roll Never Forgets tour. He announced the only Michigan date was a Grand Rapids show. Well, today he finally announced the show that everyone's been waiting for, a Detroit area show. He announced April 11th, the Palace of Auburn Hills. Tickets go on sale next Saturday, February 16th. Tickets start at $65, bastard, but better than throwback tickets. Anyway, he is not going to have a special guest with him in Michigan like he has in other states. Other states, he's going to have Joe Cocker with him. Not Joe Cocker, Joe Walsh and Kid Rock, making us all pissed that he's not doing it with Kid here. But maybe he'll add more guests. Maybe, because he'll probably do more shows. Because Bob Seger and Kid Rock, when they do a Detroit show, you can depend on two things. One, expect to sell out. And two, expect more shows. So this one show will probably sell out, and he'll probably add another show, probably with Kid. So there you go. Bob Seger announces the Detroit area date for his new tour, set to be April 11th at the Palace. Now I got some news concerning the WWE Elimination Chamber before I get to TNA tonight. Now, a couple things have been mentioned, changes have been made, adding to the Elimination Chamber. Now, if you watch my Raw review on Monday, I kind of predicted a match on the Elimination Chamber. I was half right on that. I thought it was going to be like an Elimination Chamber style War Games match, but it will be a 6-man tag being announced following last Monday's ending of Raw with a beatdown of the Shield. Yes, it will be the Shield in a 6-man tag against the man who beat him up last week, Sheamus, John Cena, and Ryback. So Shield could get squashed very quickly. What? Cena beat up the Nexus and ended the Nexus's reign? What the hell? Let Cena end the Shield as well. So that match has been made. Also, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Mark Henry has been added to the Elimination Chamber match for the World Title opportunity this past Tuesday, taping of this upcoming SmackDown tomorrow. He will defeat Randy Orton to get the opportunity, joining Orton, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio in the Elimination Chamber match. So we have 4 out of the 6 people in the Elimination Chamber match to determine the number 1 contender for the World Title. Of course, the World Champion is Alberto, but he'll be defending once again against Big Show at the Chamber and Rock Punk too. So that's some news on the Elimination Chamber, new additions. And one other thing, I'm hearing Christian and R-Truth, who have been injured, will return in the next 2 weeks. Good. We want Christian. Now, on with TNA Impact preview tonight, once again in the UK. Top 5 questions that must be answered tonight. Question number 5, what will go down with the debut of a newcomer? Now, they have, of course, Gut Check here in America for TNA America. But TNA UK, they have what they like to call British Boot Camp. A gut check type / tough enough type show. And Ultimate Fighter, we want to call it, reality show where the winner gets a contract or whatever. And the guy who won this British Boot Camp show, Rockstar Spud, weird name, will make his debut tonight to try to earn a spot on the roster. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Question number 4, what will go down in a knockouts match? Now, Taylor, who I bet you Velvet Sky will get involved in this match somehow, because I know Velvet wants another shot after getting screwed 2 weeks ago by Jesse. Taylor will face off in a non-title match, continuing her feud with another former rival, Miss Taskmaster. So we'll see if Velvet will get involved, but I smell Jesse getting involved as well. Question number 3. What will go down in our 2 title matches tonight? Well, following their singles victories over the tag champs, yes, Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, Hook or Crook, got themselves a tag team title match last week after Austin Aries, with a little help from Roode, defeated Chavo Guerrero. Now, Aries and Roode get a title shot against Chavo Hernandez tonight. Plus, RVD will defend his X Division Championship in a triple threat match with Kenny King and Zeba Ion. So those 2 title matches should be good, but I expect champions to return. Unless your Roode and Aries could cheat to win the titles after beating both champions in singles matches with a little hook or crook. Question number 2, what will go down? Will Angle make Garrett and Wes Briscoe pay? Now we saw at the end of Impact last week, Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff turned their backs on Kurt Angle and announced that they are affiliated with Aces and Eights. So we'll see how Angle answers that and tries to beat up Garrett and Wes tonight. There was rumors about West being in Ace and Ace. Now it's official. He's in it with Garrett. So let's see what happens there. If they'll get the butt whipped or not by Ingram after like betraying him like that. Like what happened at the end of Impact after Angle beat up Mr. Anderson in the steel cage. And question number 1, we'll go down tonight's tag team tables match main event. Last week, Bully Ray got reinstated. And Hulk Hogan made the main event last week for tonight. It will be Bully Ray teaming up with Sting against 2 members of Ace and Eights. It will be Devon and Doc, a.k.a. Festus, a.k.a. Luke Gallows, in a tag team tables match. Bully's been wanting an opportunity to beat the shit out of Devon for so long, and now he gets it in a tables tag match with Sting, who will go through the table. And all that and more tonight on Impact Tonight on Spike TV. Of course, Bellator right after that. That is it for the Atakline for today. I'll see you for my Impact review tonight. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. See you later, everybody. Thank you. And stay warm up there, especially if you're in Michigan with the threat of a snowstorm. Yeah.